Situated on 21 acres adjacent to Fort Vancouver National Historic Site is Officers Row. The 22 beautifully restored 19th century homes of Officer Row once housed U.S. Army officers stationed at Vancouver Barracks. Today the houses are owned by the City of Vancouver and rented to individuals, nonprofits, and businesses. Only the Marshall House is open to visitors. But you can walk the tree-lined lane and enjoy these beautiful historic homes. 3 houses are of special historic note and have information signs. They are the Grant House, the Marshall House, and the O.O. Howard House. The Ulysses S. Grant House. The United States Army arrived at Fort Vancouver, a Hudson Bay Company fur trading depot, in 1849. Immediately upon arrival, 9 buildings were constructed on a terrace above the north bank of the Columbia River. The first building, erected by Captain John S. Hathaway and his company of 76 soldiers, served as both headquarters and commanding officers' residence. That building, now known as the Grant House, is the oldest standing building at Fort Vancouver Barracks. The Grant House is constructed of hand-hewn logs. The house was later faced with wood-lap siding. The siding visually set the house apart from the other post structures, lending it a more finished look. The architectural style of the building, with its wraparound double veranda, has been characterized as reminiscent of a southern plantation house. The Grant House is now a restaurant open to the public. The George C. Marshall House. Built in 1886, this Queen Anne Victorian replaced the Grant House as home for the commanding officer of the Department of the Columbia. The Marshall House enjoyed wide popularity in the 1880s and 90s as the center for sophisticated social activities in local military and civic circles. George C. Marshall was commanding officer at Vancouver Barracks from 1936 to 1938. While here, Marshall resided in the house that now bears his name. The main floor of the house is open to visitors. It is decorated with period furniture. One of the rooms contains memorabilia of General Marshall and information on the work he did during World War II and the Reconstruction period afterwards. A volunteer docent may be available to give a short tour. The General O.O. Howard House. The Howard House is an Italianated-style home built in 1878. It was the last historic structure to be rehabilitated on Officers Row. It was first occupied by General Oliver Otis Howard, a Civil War Congressional Medal of Honor recipient, founder of Howard University, and the commanding general of the Department of the Columbia from 1874 to 1880.